Hi, welcome to another episode of Mansion Musings. Today, we are going to look at the problem of the humidity and the temperature in the mansion. Quite a variation from hot, humid summers to cold, dry winters. And of course, this variation has a big effect on the mansion, the wood, the plaster, the artwork, not to mention the visitor experience. One of the challenges we have had in this mansion over the last 100 years are humidity and temperature issues. By that I mean hot, humid summers. Wow, this room is really humid and uncomfortable. And here on third floor, it's extremely cold and dry. And maybe our friend Jeff could help us figure out a solution for this. I'm going to go get a glass of glug. We are looking at how do we preserve the mansion for the next 100 years, making it usable for special exhibits, visitor experience, and the preservation of this wonderful woodwork, plaster, everything that people love about this mansion. So to help us with this project, we have engaged JE Dunn Company. And today we have a specialist, Vice President of JE Dunn, Jeff Callinan. Jeff, thinking of humidity, what does the variation of dry, wet, well, I'm going to say wet air, because it does get very humid in the summer. What does this going from cold, dry to hot, humid, what does that do to the structure over time?
Yeah, it has a pretty big impact, as we've seen in the mansion here. We have some just beautiful millwork and woodwork here. Those fluctuations, you're just getting that constant shrink and swell, and so things are loosening up. And in some instances we see things cracking, and and then even on the plaster work itself, and some of the decorative painting, all that the humidity fluctuation is really the issue. Is getting these peaks and valleys where things are expanding and contracting. So we can limit that down to a range that's more acceptable. That'll really take the burden off of the building. The intent is to integrate new systems into historic buildings without causing detriment to the architecture or the finishes itself. So the thought process is to have very low profile fan coil units, essentially, and have those hidden within the architecture. These units will be small and low profile and will be integrated into the architecture of the building. Ultimately, we're trying to make it so it's like it never happened, except the comfort is there. Yeah, we also have a lot of experience with museums, and so we understand the taking out some of that variability and the spikes and low points of both temperature and humidity. Humidity is the real issue. We'll definitely be gaining more control over that just by introducing cooling itself. Is going to have dehumidification aspects to it. So it'll absolutely improve upon the current situation.
Okay, interesting. You have worked with other similar structures, older structures like Northrop Auditorium, the Minnesota State Capitol. Any similarities you see?
Quite a bit, yeah. We've done a tremendous amount of culturally significant historic renovation work, but the challenges you face are similar on all these older vintage buildings, in that as we install the systems and the pipe work, kind of channeling through the walls to make sure we do that very carefully, not only from the finishes standpoint, but we don't want to do any damage to the structure as well.
That's so much better. We do have to do something about this cold, dry winter, hot, humid summer situation, But I'm confident that our friends at JE Dunn are going to help us with that situation. And for the moment, cheers.